Today we got two lighting upgrades for the truck, one that goes in the front, one that goes in the back. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is add a light under the hood. That way if we're working inside the garage or somewhere where there's not as good lighting, we can still see good in the engine bay, because for some reason vehicles don't really come with lights under the hood anymore, at least not these Chevrolets. So we're going to be mounting the light up there on the top section of the hood behind the latch, and then running the wires behind the heat protection pad and then down over here. And then there's going to be a switch that triggers when the hood's closed or open, and there's a perfect little hole right here to put that switch in. So that's the plan. First thing we got to do is just clean up the hood, because there's adhesive that holds the light up there, so we want to make sure that it has a good clean section to adhere to, and then we'll get to running the wires and hooking everything up. Should be a pretty simple setup. It's already got built-in fuses. We just got to run it to the battery and get the switch put in. This is our LED hood light right here. It's got 3M adhesive on the back and the wires that run down with built-in fuse and the connection points. I'm going to try to center this as much as possible. I'd like to see if I can stick it on the inside of this lip right here. The light strip is waterproof, so that's going to be very helpful with this being under the hood, in case you ever want to spray out your engine bay, which I definitely need to do pretty soon. This thing is nasty in here with all this pollen and dust. Now that we have the light mounted up there, we're going to pass these wires between the insulation and the hood itself and bring them down, hopefully around in this area down here. So we've ran the wires. Before I start trying to connect anything to anything else, we're going to unhook the battery, make sure that we don't have any issues there. I'm going to drop these wires back here, and then I'm going to run the red one under this piece of insulation here that helps keep water out of the engine bay. That should be plenty of wire length for the red one. So I'm going to do a little bit of wire covering, and then we'll start hooking everything up. So we've got wire wrap coming out from under this insulation piece on the hood. Then the wrap also comes out from under there and follows the red wire all the way to where we're going to hook it up to this terminal right here. So we've got the trigger here. This will just drop when the hood's down, and it will release the electrical connection and turn the light off. And then when the hood's up, it'll pop up. So we're going to put it in this hole over here. And we're going to have to probably do some adjustments to figure out where on this thread it needs to be as far as up or down, to make sure that the hood pushes the pin down good. I'm going to let this wire go down in here, probably zip tie it up a little bit so there's not so much just hanging down. This red piece is actually going to just connect to the bottom of this right here. So we'll hook that up after we zip tie some of this wire and figure out how much we need. Pulling this piece out here will allow me to better see what I'm doing. So it literally just it's got one push pin in right here to hold it in place, but other than that, you can just pull it in and out and get to it really good right here. I'm gonna raise this up a good bit on the nut, so I need it to push down when the hood comes down. Okay, so I just touched the battery cable back to it, and you can see we have LEDs right there. And then if I push this little tab down, they go off. So we'll have to check adjustment, but we know the lights work. So let's see if the hood closes and turns the lights off. So I wanted to turn the light off when the hood gets down to the latch point. So I'm going to raise this up higher and try to get that trigger to work a little earlier. We raise the trigger up, hoping it's not too high, but maybe that'll be high enough to get it to turn the light off. Just going to touch the battery back, get the light to come on, and then we'll see. Okay, there goes the light. No more light. Light, no light. So that should be good. The second part of this video is going to be done back here in the bed of the Silverado. So it is approximately 1 week later when I'm doing this part of the video. I ran into some issues when I was working on this part last week. The first being that the wiring didn't work the way that I initially had it set up. So I had to rethink it and replan it and redo it. And the other being that the audio that I did record from last week that I was planning on keeping for this part of the video just sounded absolutely horrible. So I'm going to give a little overview of the setup that I worked on back here, and then we'll talk about how I wired it up, and that will take us through the end of this video. So I wanted to add some lighting to the bed of the truck. It has the factory cargo lighting built in, but when it's really dark or when the bed cover is completely closed, that light doesn't really reach all the way to the front of the truck, so I can't really see very well towards the front of the bed. So I wanted to add a little bit of lighting to improve that situation. So I got a 2-piece LED strip kit from Nightlight. I ordered it on Amazon, and that's what I'm using here in the bed of the truck. I originally planned on possibly running the lights just across the side of the truck up towards the top and just letting the light come in towards the middle. But I wanted to hide the lighting a little bit and not have it just out there. If you look at the bed of the truck, I wanted to keep a little more of a clean look to it. So I actually ran the lighting in one of these channels that's built into the railing of the Paragon bed cover. And the sunlight's messing with the camera. There we go. You can see the light strip running down in there. It's in this channel right here. I've got the wire for the lighting strip going into this hole, and I've got it going there on both sides with a little rubber grommet to keep the wiring from rubbing up against the edge of the metal. And then from there, the wiring is going under the truck back where the wiring for the taillights is ran, and it's connecting together down there in the middle because the kit comes with this splitter connection that brings it together into one out wire for the power and ground. So initially, where the LED lights connect together at the splitter connection, I ran the single wire lead from there up to the driver's side over here behind the tail light, and I spliced it into the wires that go to the cargo light, the factory wires here. The issue that I ran into is that there's apparently not enough power just going to this cargo light to also power additional lighting that you want to have in the truck. But I didn't want to use the secondary switch that the LED strips came with because I wanted to just use the single switch that my truck has in the cab. Since I already have cargo lighting here in the back of the truck, I didn't want to have to turn on that cargo lighting and then press another switch to turn on additional cargo lighting. So I did some research and I ended up finding out that you can use a relay to actually run power from the battery to additional lights and still run that relay into the wiring that I want to use for the main switch, which would keep me from having to have a secondary switch for these LEDs in the bed. This is the relay set that I'm working with right here. It's a Nightlight relay, so it's from the same brand as the LEDs that I'm using, both under the hood and here in the bed of the truck. You can buy just this relay piece and connect your wires directly onto these prongs here on the back of this if you want to, but I decided I wanted something a little more weatherproof, so I bought the weatherproof kit that has a harness and it plugs onto here, and then you use the wires coming out of the harness to do all of your connections. So to hook this up, this blue wire runs directly to the battery, so you connect a wire from the positive side of the battery to this blue wire here. Black wire will run to ground, so you can run a black wire or any color wire you really want to if you have it from the negative side of the battery to this to do a direct ground for that. This white wire goes to the trigger that you want to use to activate the circuit. So I actually took this white wire, connected it to a wire that I spliced into the blue wire for the factory cargo light that's behind the tail light. So when that switch turns on, it sends the signal down here to the relay to activate the relay. And then the yellow wire here runs directly to the lights themselves. So the red wire that comes from the LED strips connects to this right here. Then I also ran an independent ground wire from the LED lights to the ground wire for the cargo light back here, so that is also independently ground, so I don't have to worry about any type of missing ground or missing anything like that that would affect these lights working properly. Overall, it was a very simple setup with this relay. Gotta thank Don's Life for helping me out with this. Loved the video, and he actually responded to some of my comments when I asked questions about getting this set up. So unfortunately, I don't get to show you the process because, like I said, the audio was messed up from last week when I was working on this, and I had to figure all this stuff out. So I wanted to get everything hooked up and tested to make sure that my understanding of how it worked actually worked. So everything's already hooked up, but I went over the wiring for the relay and I showed you where the lights are running in the rails from a bed cover. So let's go turn these lights on and see how it looks here. Of course, it's daylight. It's not going to show up a lot when these lights are turned on, but at least show you that the way that I hooked it up does actually work. There you have it. All of the lights are working off of the one factory switch in the cab of the truck. Super glad I got this figured out. Now we're going to wait until it gets dark and get a really good look at this, because I want to see if my idea to hide the lights is a good idea or if it is a bad idea. Got to make sure there's enough light coming down and flowing out into the bed to actually be useful. So we're back out here at night. Let's take a look and see how these lights look when it's a little bit darker. That hood light is putting off a lot of light here in the engine compartment. It's definitely making things easier to see when it's a little bit darker out here. You can just see how much light this is putting off. I'm going to push the trigger down and just kind of give a little difference. Yeah, this definitely helps with light in the engine compartment. Let's walk around the back and check out the bed lights. What you're seeing now is the pitch black bed. So I'm going to just turn on those cargo lights. Oh, that is incredible. Even hiding the LEDs, there's still enough light that it looks so much brighter back here and I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm really happy with the way the bed lighting turned out, especially since I'm able to hide those LED strips up in the rail for the Paragon bed cover. I'm really glad that there's still enough light shining down, especially since when the bed cover's closed, the cargo lights on the third brake light don't really do any good. So now I've got these added in. They work on the same switch as the lights for the main cargo lights that were factory in the truck, so I don't have any extra switches. One push of a button, all this lighting turns on, and I'm really happy with all of this. If you're interested in adding some lighting like this to your truck, either under the hood or in the bed, I'll leave links to the products on Amazon that I ordered down in the description below. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you got some good ideas that you'd like to try out for your truck. If you want to check out this bed cover, I've got this Paragon installation video that you can watch. Just click that video right there. For now, thanks for watching. This is Southpaw Garage signing out.